If you are someone who prefers the thrumming of the bowstring to the rasping of steel in Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, you're gonna have to level up your archery, and that can be a little tricky to do in the early stages of the game. So today we're going to be diving into the beginner's guide to leveling up your archery when you're first getting started in Kingdom Come Deliverance in the early stages of the game, because there are different, obviously you want to have a wide variety of combat skills at your disposal when you're playing the game, but it can be quite tricky to level up your marksmanship on moving targets when you're not very good. So it's best to start with stationary targets. And much like the first game, there are archery grounds, such as what we're standing at right now, where you can go practice via some competitions. And that's what we're going to dive into today, to show you where you can go in the early stages of the game for those of you who are new players getting going for the first time and want to know, hey, where can I actually get skill ups? And instead of trying to fight bandits or shoot animals when I absolutely am not very good at any of these things. So, first and foremost, let me put my bow away so I don't have this guy get mad at me. You're going to want to come to this fella right here, the Huntsman's Son VTech, and he has a marksmanship range behind this area. So what we're looking for on the map is right here. It's just east of the Vidlak Pond fast travel waypoint, and if you are looking at the larger map, it is just west of Takov and Trotsky Castle. The first place you're going to end up going to in the game is going to be Troskowitz, if I'm not mistaken. And when you're here, just basically you're going to be going, you can ride west out of town, come up north to Takov, and then from here, this is where the early blacksmith is, and then from here, go due west on the road till you find him. But I would highly recommend unlocking this fast travel waypoint before, so that you can have an easy way to get back, so you can practice your marksmanship anytime you want. Once you're here, you're going to notice there's an archery range here on the map. Now, worth noting, this is not the only competition that you can do in the game. There are a variety of archery ranges in the game that you can go to and practice at with the competitions, but this is the easiest one because the other ones have different types of games and they can be really hard when you're first getting going and leveling up. Thus, this is the beginner's guide. This is for the new players. If you want to get into the meta of, different places to go, that's a different guide. But for now, we're talking about early stages of the game. You just got going as a new player. Where do I go to practice archery? It's at this place right here. So once you've figured out how to get here, once you've arrived, you're going to talk to him and you're going to trigger a competition. Worth noting is that you do not have to participate in a competition to level up your archery. You can simply pull out your bow, start aiming at targets, and you will earn points for shooting at targets. You will be earning marksmanship, and then you can run up here and collect your arrows accordingly, assuming you're actually hitting the target. My other arrow went somewhere back in here, and I highly doubt I'll ever find it again in the grass. The further away you are from the target, the more points you will earn, but I have always found that it's better to level up just by doing the competitions. So let's go ahead and holster my weapon and start a competition, because you get points not only from doing the actual marksmanship during the competition, but from winning the competition. Now, there are 3 ranks of competition that you can participate in. Let's go ahead and look at these really quick.
At archery.
I'm not surprised with someone who shoots as good as you do. What's it to be? Longbow or crossbow?
Now, I prefer the longbow, but you can use the crossbow if you prefer. Either way, you're leveling up your archery in the game. But we're going to go ahead and choose longbow.
I think it's a good day for a longbow.
Because that's what I prefer.
All right. So what do you feel up to? Want to compete with beginners, advanced archers, or masters?
Now, this is where it kind of depends on how much coin you have. When you're just getting going, stick to beginners, I would say, for the first few levels until you get used to the pull of the bow, how this all works. Then work your way up to experienced archers, and from there go to masters. The caveat here is that when you're working against beginners, everybody that you compete against, they're going to miss a lot. And you only get to shoot, I believe it's 5 arrows. When you do experienced archers, it's 10 arrows, and master's archers is more. The master archery, I don't recommend for beginners because they will get bullseyes every time. And if you miss one shot, they'll all miss like one shot each. If you miss one shot, you lose. So you have to bullseye every single time. Whereas experienced archers, you can kind of hit the bullseye most of the time and still win, even if you miss a few. Beginners, you can kind of be all over the place. But let's just say, for the
I'd
sake
rather
of
not
argument,
get
we
ahead of
want to do
myself.
beginners.
I'll try my luck against
Because
beginners.
this is a beginners.
Fine. Of course, it ain't for free, though. Have you got something to wager?
I do have something to wager. I have 5 coin.
Hang on. I'll see how much I have. Yeah, here it is. So, can we start?
Wait a while until I get the other archers. Meanwhile, you can get ready and wait for the signal.
Get set.
Now, I'm going to pause it right here because this is the very important thing to note. He's going to say, get set, get ready, etc. What your objective here is what you're wanting to do here is you want to get your little dot that you have, because right now we have a little bit of a crosshair. You're going to want to get that crosshair, if you can, get it as close to the bullseye as possible, because once you draw your bow, you lose the actual crosshair on the screen. But if your crosshair is in the center on that bullseye, your draw and loose, draw and loose, draw and loose is largely going to be right on the money where that crosshair is. But it is absolutely important. Draw and loose, draw and loose, draw and loose. If you draw too long, you're going to pull the bow up. And if you hold too long, you're going to start to waver. So the objective is to draw loose, draw loose, draw loose, so that you can be hitting the center right where your marker was every single time. If you're a little bit off at the beginning, don't worry, you've got a few shots to get back on target, and you'll know by the actual shooting where you're hitting. Quick commercial break, everyone, to celebrate and give thanks to all of these amazing people who keep me on the air full time. Really appreciate the support. All you got to do is join as a member. You get access to private videos. You can also do super thanks on any upload or super chats and stickers on any live stream or premiere you see. And beyond that, don't forget we're multi-streaming over on Twitch now, so you can support over there as well. Thanks so much to everybody. Let's get back to the video at hand. So let's go ahead and show what this looks like. We're going to pause. We're going to move our crosshair up, and I'm mostly in the center. I was a little off to the right. So we're going to draw and loose. I'm a little top to the right. You'll notice draw and loose. So I'm going to adjust slightly. There we go. Got the bullseye. Draw and loose. Bullseye again. Draw and loose. Bullseye again. We're done. 28 points against their, whatever. So that's the beginner. You shoot 5 arrows.
Nice work, friend.
And I improved my marksmanship.
Every last
And I won 15 groschen. So I spent 5, I got 15, so I earned 10. But now I want to try it again, but I want to do the marksman, the intermediary
I'm not
tier.
surprised with someone who shoots as good as you do. What's it to be? Longbow or crossbow?
We'll do longbow again.
Bow, I reckon.
All right. So what do you feel up to? Want to compete with beginners, advanced archers, or masters?
We'll do the intermediate, the experienced
Let's
archers.
take the good old middle road. Find me some experienced
Now this one's going to cost a little bit more.
Of course, it ain't for free, though.
I don't think
Have
that
you got
beginners
something
have
to
any
wager?
problems with this one as long as you get your crosshair lined up in time. Because this one costs 15 groschen. You might not have 15 groschen at the very beginning of the game, but if you win 3 or 4 of these, you'll get 15 groschen, and it'll be pretty easy because now you'll earn 45 back, so you'll get 30 every time you win. You're shooting 10 arrows with this one. This is pretty easy for beginners.
Hang on. I'll see how much I have. Yeah, here it is. So, can we start?
Wait a while until I get the other archers.
Get set.
All right. Oh, I'm a little bit off.
Let 'em fly.
All right, there's 2.
The black again.
I'm a little bit off. There we go. Just a tiny adjustment, and we're on center now.
Wasn't so shabby.
Now notice this one, the competition's a little fiercer.
Again, and I'm not even trying.
Oh, got a ding to level 17 agility.
The black again.
Oh, I might have lost that one because we tied, right? So as you can see,
Nice work, friend. Here's your prize.
All right, so I was the first
Every
one to the
last groschen.
points. First
Thank
one into
you.
the points. So you can see it's a little stricter on that one. Like, you have to be hitting bullseye every single time,
I'd like to
otherwise you
compete
could
at
potentially
archery.
lose.
Okay.
Now, I don't
But you only
recommend.
finished shooting a while ago.
I do
Fine.
not
What's
recommend
what's
the
it to
final
be?
tier. Let's do it one more time.
Maybe
All right.
I'm gonna skip the dialogue here. I do not recommend masters for beginners. Do not try the master rank because you cannot miss. You have to hit bullseye every single time. So again, this is for beginners. So there you have it, everybody. That is how you quickly level up your archery and marksmanship early on in Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 as a new player. This is the first archery range you'll find in the game. It's 5 groschen to enter in the competition. You don't have to enter in the competition if you don't want to. You can just shoot the targets stationary if you want. But it is worth more in terms of the coin as well as the experience you get, because not only are you earning it during the contest, you're earning for shooting, but you're also earning when you win. So it behooves you to get in early. Just remember, stick to the first 2 tiers as a beginner. Don't graduate to that master tier unless you're sure that you can sink bullseye every single time, and you'll do fine. Daily streams at around 6 a.m. Central on YouTube and Twitch. I play a lot of different games. There's a lot of other guides in my Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 guidebook, so check them all out. See you in the next one. Stay safe and happy gaming.